got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop. And under the lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting you close. When we move, well, you already know. So just imagine.
Hi, welcome to the episode of KipCo TV with Kip. Sushi, where are you joining us from?
I am joining you guys from Bluff, Utah. I am so excited to be here. I'm going to tell you more about it in a minute. Kip, do you want to tell everybody what we do?
I do, but I want to tell you where I am today. So, if you weren't ever sure that at one point I was in the closet, well, today I am in the closet. We are in the back of the KipCo studios due to some technical difficulties. So we had to make some minor adjustments, scramble, but we're here live from KipCo Closet TV.
I don't think you're supposed to go back into the closet once you're out of the closet. But
I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know how that works, Sushi. I don't know how it works. So welcome, everybody. Welcome our viewers from all over the country. We're so glad you're here with KipCo TV. I do want to take a moment and tell you all what we do here at the KipCo. We do represent some many beautiful products. We're a manufacturer's rep based in Houston and represent some fantastic products like Construction Specialties, Parterre, LVT flooring, Lawn Seal Resilient flooring, Northwest Rubber, the Texas Terrazzo Contractors, Florazzo, and my Okite Court Surfacing. In the closet, there's a ad back there. There's a box that says Okite on the side of it. But my favorite and our special guest today is coming from us from Expanko Collection of cork and rubber products. And we'll be talking a little bit about that soon. So Sushi, how are you doing?
I am fantastic. We were on vacation and we were going to head back, and all of a sudden we had 2 hurricanes in the Gulf. So we decided to take a bit of a detour and we landed in Bluff, Utah. So
well, it sounds like there's a hurricane there right now. So Miss Weather Girl, we can hear the wind blowing.
Well, it is windy. I am in the desert, but somehow it's not as dry as Colorado. But should we talk about mindfulness?
Well, we're probably going to send you to the green room while you adjust that sound because we cannot hear you at all. But we do want to say to our friends in Louisiana and East Texas, our hearts go out to you for everything you've been through in the last 24 hours. We know it's been a tough time. I'm going to change our segment this week from our silver linings. Our silver linings is going to be how we can assist you. And I'm just going to take over for a second while Sushi is making some technical adjustments. But one of the things that I do want to share with a couple websites that are scrolling along the bottom. There's a way for you to volunteer in Louisiana. The email address is located there in our scrolling bar. And then a special location in Beaumont where a friend of mine, Amy Richmond, and Jesse Longbotham told me about. It's some other place, Beaumont, and it's another place where folks can get services, food, things that they need when there are challenges in their life. So with that being said, it is a we're going to jump in here, add Sushi and Silver Lining. Sushi, are you joining us?
I am. I'm going to try to do it now. We'll hope that the wind dies down. But yeah, I can't help the weather.
That's okay.
Okay, so the silver linings. Do we want to talk about what we're trying to do? Yeah, go ahead, Kip.
Well, I was going to say, regardless of the wind, the view is beautiful, and we all wish we were there with you. So cheers to you and another successful episode of KipCo TV.
Yay!
So with that being said, let's talk about silver linings that we have on tap today.
Yes. So did you already talk about sharing your silver linings?
Yes, I did not. Tell us a little bit about what you want to do, Sushi.
Okay. So what we started in episode 2 was sharing our silver linings, which is basically just talking about the positive things that have come out of quarantine. We know everything that people are worried about, concerned about, and stresses, but there are also really nice things that have come out of this. And so we've started highlighting those in week 2. We do it every week on the show, but we'd love to hear and see you guys' silver linings. So email them to us or hashtag us on Instagram or Facebook, KipCo TV, and we'd love to share those with everybody.
Yeah, we have started a new hashtag KipCo TV, so we can keep up with you during the week. Or you can chat if you're watching on KipCo and CS Gulf Coast Facebook page. You can chat with us live during the show.
Also, have you told them about our contest for today?
I have not, but I've already started.
So every week we've decided to turn this into a drinking game. Every time we say KipCo, you can drink, but we've all the ATL today. For our sponsors, we're going to give you a $25 gift card if you cut the closest to guessing how many sips of wine we all take. That includes Kip, myself, and Sally. So give us some totals before we end the show today, and you'll be entered to win a $25 gift certificate. Yay!
Super. Yes, I love that. And I will give you a hint. We're at 2 right now, so this is 3 and 4.
There you go. Start counting from here.
Start counting from here.
So
we'll take your totals in the chat lines, in the chat.
That's right. So should we go ahead and start talking about our silver linings then?
Please, let's do.
Okay, so silver linings. Since I talked about having to do a detour, this is my silver lining. We ended up somehow, this place, I've just fallen in love with it, and now I don't want to leave. So we had to take a tour, looked online, Rumi and I, and we found this place. It's called Bluff Dwellings. It's in Bluff, Utah. It's just across the river from Navajo Nation. It's a mom and pop shop. It's a husband and wife, and they have a river rafting expedition company that they've had for 13 years over here. It's right in the front parking lot. And they decided to build this boutique hotel right on top of it. So it's basically just a wonderful addition to their business. And they opened it in March of this year. Can you believe it? Like just
bad timing.
About that look. But if you can look, these surroundings are just magnificent. So these bluffs around me are 200 feet tall, and they are 100 million years old.
Wow.
Yeah, there's canyons, there's bluffs, there's petroglyphs, there's fossils. You name it, you can find it here. Like I said, there's Navajo Nation right across the river, and we're also Ute Reservation is right down the street. So it's rich with culture and just rich with beautiful things. You can see here from this slide, the middle picture is sort of just an overview. You can see that the hotel is set within the bluffs, and that's the pool area. There's a slide, which Rumi just is absolutely in love with. And then there's pueblos is what they call them all around with like several rooms. And then they also have freestanding pueblos that you can rent. The top right is our room, super cute, super comfortable, brand new, very comfortable. Wi-Fi is fantastic. Top left is the outdoor fire pit, which you can see is behind me. They do s'mores every night for kids, and it's just a nice way to sit outside and watch the stars. They also have a spa, which I'm hitting up tomorrow.
Wow.
And they have a gift shop. So if you can take a look at this necklace, how beautiful is that?
I love that. Bring you out. Let's bring you up real fast and take a look at that necklace there.
Look at that.
Show that off.
How fabulous
Wow.
is that? And my husband just bought it for me. Yay!
How special is that?
I
Wow.
know. They also have Cucina dolls in there. Look at this with feathers. How fabulous is that guy?
We do think we almost saw him fly away in the wind a second ago. So,
I don't know how to. Okay, well, here we go. I'm going to put it back here and down. But they have all kinds of jewelry. You can see back there. We have bracelets, we have necklaces, and they have baskets. They're all locally sourced from people in the Navajo Nation. And so it all comes from this area and all is giving back. So it's a really wonderful place. It's reasonably priced, and it's in Utah. The only thing I'll tell you is make sure you bring your own wine. because
No
they're
wine.
doing that out here. But Bluff Dwellings and Resort and Spa, you guys please visit it. I don't ever want to leave. If you need me, I'll be here. So
Great silver linings. Thank you, Sushi. I do appreciate that. While we're pulling up the next screen, I want to say hi to some of our chat. We have Susan Gall joining us. Hi, Susan. It is beautiful. I do want to go. I'm ready. And I noticed that Copeland, one of our colleagues in Florida near Tampa, is joined us. And we're going to talk a little bit about some things in Florida that are going on here in a minute. So why don't you bring up the next slide, Sushi?
perfect. Will do.
So one of the things I wanted to do, and I don't know if you follow Houston Food Bank, but Houston Food Bank is doing a special drive for our friends in East Texas and Louisiana that were impacted by Hurricane Laura. And I do want to remind everybody, when we do our CEUs and presentations, we can't be with you. So we do make a donation on your behalf to the Houston Food Bank. We're almost up to $3,000 in the last 17 weeks in donations to the Houston Food Bank. And I'm so happy they're able to help our friends that are impacted from Hurricane Laura. I'm also going to bring back a couple things. Where is it? Sorry. That where you can email and find out what's going on where you can volunteer. And that's volunteer Louisiana at crt.la.gov or visit some other place, beaumont.com. Our friends have sent those to us. Shan O'Neill, her family is from Louisiana, and she sent me the information on how to volunteer in Louisiana. And then some other place, Beaumont, is a friend, Amy and Jesse, has told me, Miss O'Neill, we're waving to a different Miss O'Neill in Beaumont. And thank you for all you do for those folks. We also want to remind everybody, if you want to make a donation to American Red Cross, that's another place where we can make an impact. We have it listed there where you can contact them, or you can Google American Red Cross to find out how to make a donation. But a special place in my heart, my hometown was hit by Hurricane Michael, a Category 5, almost 2 years ago. And I got a message this morning. They've already filled 3 truckloads of supplies I know, big kudos, on their way to Louisiana to help those impacted. A couple of the drop-off locations are Big Fish Construction in Port St. Joe, Babcock Furniture, and all of your local places of worship will be glad to take that. And then, as I just mentioned, some other place in Beaumont is another place to either donate or volunteer to support all of those impacted by Hurricane Laura. So we missed it. And I'm relieved that we weren't impacted, and I feel so bad for those. So we'll be making a donation and volunteering to help those impacted.
Absolutely.
But I have one other thing. We featured someone a few weeks ago on our Silver Linings. Devon, her mom works in the industry, and she sent a special gift for Sushi for her birthday.
What?
So Sushi, the longer you're gone, the more birthday gifts keep stacking up on your desk.
I'll be gone forever.
Can you see it?
I can't. I still have the PowerPoint up.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's an I Dream a Genie. It's an I Dream a Genie mask for you. When you
I love it. I can't wait.
That's from, check out Devon. She has a page on Instagram. And if you have any questions where to get some homemade, where you can support a entrepreneurial, 16-year-old entrepreneur, please let me know and we'll connect you with that. But moving on.
Thank you so much, Devon. That's amazing. I love it. I love my collection of masks, so I love being able to go back and forth just depending on my outfit, you know?
That's perfect. That's perfect.
All
Remember to like us on KipCo Facebook, at KipCo and CS Gulf Coast. Give us a little like, give us a little chat, or hashtag us at KipCo TV while you're there.
All right. Now, next, we're going to have a bit of an article advertisement from Expanko. So enjoy.
A look in general, then slowly, then we go back again in February to sample. Then we start negotiate in the market. The market starts working. So we're not very stressful for the tree to recover all the area. And then what you get is punchable wood. So almost in the vineyards have only a few grapes in production. If you leave a lot of grapes, the quality will decline. And we don't like yield per hectare, but quality. And this is what we like to see, punchable wood. And this is a young tree. Probably will be the third mature bark. Well, July, normally it's June, but July. Vamos daqui deste lado. E sujou uma, sempre. So, vais cortar os calços?
Posso cortar se quiser?
Um ou dois, só para eles terem a minha fotografia.
Wow. Wow.
Fantastic.
Super informative.
Every cork and every wine, that's the way it's made. And I have an Expanko cork, by the way.
I mean, to see that it's all done by hand, to see the care that they take, to see that it's all just so just done, just a handcrafted way of doing things. It's wonderful. I love it.
Amazing. Amazing. I am so impressed. I like the random guy in the polo there in the middle of the video.
Well, I want to cheers to all the cork and wine. How about that? Cheers.
How about that? Cheers.
I love that video. It was so informative. Like I just, you know parts of it, but cork is probably my favorite material. It's such a cool material to deal with. And it comes from the best places in the world. So,
Well, speaking of that, let's bring on our featured guest today, Sushi.
all
Who is
right.
that?
Let's welcome Sally Rice. Hi, Sally.
Hi, Kip. Hi, Sushi.
Welcome to KipCo TV, Sally. Where are you joining us from?
I am joining you from my office in Atlanta, Georgia.
And what do you do for Expanko, Sally?
I am the general manager of the Expanko brand, so I work with our network of agents throughout the U.S. and, of course, one of my two favorites right here, Kip and Sushi.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
So, Sally, we were talking a little bit about our silver linings in the previous segment before our beautiful commercial on cork production. Did you want to share your silver linings?
Oh, I'd love to. As I mentioned, my role is kind of a national role. So prior to COVID, I probably spent every week on a plane. So a lot of time in a hotel, a lot of time traveling. We were all grounded with our travel in late March. And so I thought, what could I do to maybe fill some of those hours that I was spending a little bit more time at home? So I've always had a great interest and love for art, for painting and history. So I was able to take a wonderful online art history class through the Art Institute of Chicago. It was called Charting the Avant-Garde from Romanticism to Urban Utopia. So just very interesting, a fabulous instructor, made me feel like I was, doing something each day, checking in, and just a great overview. And then I dug out my acrylic paints and I dug out my watercolors, and I've been back dabbling at it, and have to admit it's probably one of my most favorite things to do. So I'm glad COVID gave me the reason to go back to it.
Yes. And if you're not going to do it, then you'll never do it. So if anything, a silver lining or a blessing is what we have been forced into the pandemic and our quarantine sessions is some of these great silver linings. And Sally, what did Sushi just bring up?
just one a cute little, I love blending colors, so it's just one of my more contemporary acrylics that I did, and that's now hanging on the wall in my house. So all of a sudden,
original.
my walls are getting very colorful because I'm painting a lot and need a place to put them.
I love it. I love it. And I'm so surprised that you let your agent partners help pick colors for the last contest, and that you should have just done it. You're so good at color.
Right, but it made it so fun. Kip's talking about a contest we had with naming product, and it was just a blast during COVID. We did it for 4 weeks, and I love the clever names. So stay tuned. Maybe that'll be the next KipCo TV episode when we launch our new XCR5.
Yay.
Oh, you're welcome. I have a little fashion statement I want to share with everybody. I have a little special in my little pocket here, a piece of cork as a fashion statement. So real cork as my pocket square. Loving it. Goes with my colors, and being a little creative here in our silver lining session. But thank you. That's beautiful. Beautiful, Sally.
Thank you.
All right, Sushi, take it away.
All right. So we wanted to talk about some of our products. And like we talked about and showed in the video, we love cork. So Sally, are you ready to talk about some of the projects that we have?
I sure am. Bring up some photos and we'll talk a little bit through them.
Perfect. All right, here we go.
Well, this is a great project, Julia Eitzen Library, and local to you guys, you probably know more about it than I do. This was a great project that Kip and Sushi did in the Houston area. But I really love this because it's our Heirloom Collection, which is our 1/2-inch natural cork, and it was combining a light and a medium tile. But it just gave like a really almost more modern feel to the floor. And of course, the added acoustics in the library, is something that all of our customers are usually looking for in that type of environment.
That's beautiful.
I love that.
Yeah, and if anybody gets a chance, I'm not sure if the library's open, but when it is, you've got to go check it out. It's absolutely gorgeous in there. It's been down for a long time, right, Sally?
Yes, it is. And that's kind of the nice thing. In fact, if you ever go to our website, expanko.com, most of our photos on there, we have a good selection that those floors are 40 or 50 years old. That's the beauty of natural cork. It just wears and wears, can be sanded and refinished. So we've got some really nice longevity stories to share with our future customers.
And the bonus to this that's fantastic is it provides that easy, resilient cleanability, the acoustics, the natural properties, and the ability to be refinished and sanded, and just looks gorgeous. Looks so natural.
True. Correct. Everything you said is correct. And I think that's maybe one thing people don't realize with the natural cork product, that just like a hardwood floor, you can go in and sand it down and refinish it and revitalize it. You can do the exact same thing with our cork product. And our thick 1/2-inch floor really gives you the ability to do so.
And Sally, before we move on, can we talk about the effects that cork has on the environment, if any?
It is, yes. And we all just watch the total natural process of how a cork is harvested. But the neat part is, and I've got my piece of natural cork bark here, the wine stoppers. But what happens is, this is where we step in. So they harvest the cork, they've done their wine stoppers, and then there's a lot of discarded bark. And typically in the past, that would just have been ground up, thrown away, discarded. We step in at this point and we grind it down and we turn it into a small aggregate material, and we bind it together with a little bit of a water-based glue, heat and steam, and that's what your cork floor is made out of. So it's actually 100% pre-consumer recycled cork. Cork is a beautiful product in regards to the cork oak forest really absorb a lot of CO2. So cork had always been considered a climate positive flooring material. But the neat thing about the manufacturing facility we work with in Portugal is they recently have been able to pick up all the dust. So just think about when they cut out all those wine stoppers, it really does create a lot of dust in the facility. So they're able to reclaim that, turn it into a pellet, use it as a biofuel, and it's fueling 60% of the mill's manufacturing energy needs. So because of that, we have recently received the certification of being a carbon negative product. So there really is no truer sustainable flooring material out on the market right now than a cork product. So it's a pretty cool, neat, natural product.
That is so cool. I love that.
I love that story. I love that story. And if anybody has any questions for Sally while we're talking, and you're watching us on our Facebook page, KipCo and CS Gulf Coast, please make your comments in the chat function and we'll answer those live right here. I have some people that have joined us. Karen Narlis up from New Jersey has joined us. Welcome. Susan Gald is there. Jesse Longbotham. Hi there. So welcome in Brianna and Roy over at AMB. I know, I love that. So we hope that cork will find a place in your next project. So let's look at the next project here on our screen.
Voila.
Great. This is another fun project. So this is Sierra Nevada, which is obviously a brewery, microbrewery company. But as a company, they have a real commitment to sustainability. So a little bit of a follow-up to the conversation we were just having. So they have facilities throughout the United States, and throughout them all is cork. So pretty much every space except the manufacturing floor has cork. This is their Gravity Bar just outside of Asheville, North Carolina. So if anybody's on a road trip, stop in and have a cold one and stand on a comfortable heirloom floor.
So I just want to drop in and say, can you imagine the space without the cork, what the acoustical nightmare would be? I'm sure it feels so cozy with that cork in there. I mean, it not only just, it looks gorgeous, but the underfoot comfort's going to be amazing. When you're drinking beers, you want to be comfortable when you're standing. And then just acoustically, how much warmer it makes it and how much cozier it would make it. Absolutely.
Yeah, especially with the high vaulted ceilings, correct. It's hard with ambient noise in those spaces. And that's another reason in any kind of open environments or environments that are just really concerned about an acoustical value, why we look to Cork. We have some pretty high IIC and STC ratings, and we can kind of help guide you along based on what your building requirements may be, and then based on what thickness you need to choose. So I think a lot of times people think they have to put an underlayment and then maybe put another flooring on top of it. Most cases you do not have to do that with Cork, just because our acoustical ratings are so high.
Ah, that's wonderful. And we did have a comment from Jennifer asking if that photo and all of the photos will be located on the expanko.com website. Sally, can you comment to that?
Yes, they surely are. And if for some reason I threw one or two in that comes from my personal stash, if you just reach out to Kip or Sushi, they would contact me and I'd be happy to share them with anybody who's interested.
And my next trip to Asheville, I'm definitely stopping by there.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay,
Great.
go to the next one. This one's really cool.
Yeah, and this is a great story because it's our second time working with this company. So this is Nan's. They're a higher end architectural hardware company, and they had heirloom cork in their showroom in Manhattan 25, 30 years ago. Stayed in that facility for all those years, had a wonderful experience, all the things we talked about, comfort underfoot, acoustics, just the warmth that it led to kind of a Manhattan city environment. So we got a call from them about 3 years ago saying, we've had your cork floor for 25 years, and now we're moving to a new location and we want to do exactly the same. So lots of different working spaces. So it really lends itself to a lot of different looks, but you're just looking at different photos within the Nan showroom, again, in Manhattan. And then on the far right-hand side, they just have a great open space. They do a lot of networking events, CEUs, and so kind of a kitchen bar area if it's a cocktail hour, but also another way that you can really use cork in a somewhat residential and kitchen setting.
I love that. I love that. I will say I
Look
took
at that.
a home tour. I took a home tour, and I want this showroom for our showroom sushi someday. That's beautiful.
It is. It's beautiful.
It's so pretty. It's just fancy.
Mm-hmm.
It is. Can I just
Okay.
make a funny comment, just off the cuff, changing the subject for a second? Just for those viewers out there across the United States watching us on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. Twitter just shut us down because I made a Facebook comment. So
What?
I just got a message from Twitter Periscope that I am not allowed to talk about Facebook on Twitter. So just wanted to share the behind the scenes
To call
production.
it FB? I mean, I guess you could come up with a code name, FB.
Y'all like us on Facebook even more now. How about that? All right.
That's right.
Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
Okay, so Sally, we've
Yes.
talked about heirloom, which is the 1/2 inch, and it's wonderful, and it's durable, it lasts a long time. Well, we've got some really fun, cool, exciting things. You want to talk about those?
Sure, we've got some new products coming out, and I think you've got some photos to kind of kick that off. But this is actually one of our prestige products, and we've done a new product launch, a new stained cork collection. So that's showing the little fan deck, and I've got one here just to kind of showcase the colors. But as we talked about, cork is such a neat product, but we also realized that it was a little traditional or very earthy in feeling with the colors of being a light, medium, and dark. So we recently introduced a very neutral contemporary palette. We have a whitewash, a cream called corn silk, a great gray called fossil, and then the background around the TV today is actually our gray brown called sable. So what I think this is going to do, it's really going to open up the ability to create some more light colored flooring spaces, contemporary flooring spaces, and you can also intermix. There's no reason you can't use a stained color, one of our traditionals, to create an unusual pattern.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Let's talk about the patterns.
Yep, so here we go. So let's start on the far right-hand side. We call that hexagon, and that is showcasing all 4 colors. So you get to see the whitewash, the corn silk, fossil, and sable together. In the left top-hand corner is something we call not your typical square, but it's just how you can easily take a very basic 12 by 12 square, and all we're doing is, cutting off the edges and how that's placed on the floor. So it really gives, a lighter contemporary look to it. So some fun things we can do with this collection. And then, of course, just showing you the fan deck and the full color collection that's available.
Super. We do have these samples in our office now, and we can drop them off for you when you're ready. The sizing and the shapes and the patterns, we can also assist with that as well.
Good.
And you guys, just wanting to let you know, we've known about this for a while, and we've been chomping at the bit, just ready to show you guys, because this is just, it's beautiful. It's new. It's refreshing. It's just fresh. I love it.
Yes.
Happy
I love
with
it.
that. And here's just, a couple other patterns that we do. So we call this the triangle quilt. And again, the different feel that you can get based on the color combination. So right-hand side is our whitewash and sable. Left-hand side is corn silk and fossil.
Beautiful.
And I think the last one we're looking at is what we call walk the line. Again, combining different color combinations. Our right hand is all done in our new Expanko Cork collection, showing whitewash, corn silk, and sable. And then the left side, we're pulling in dark. So we're with white, sable, and then one of our traditional colors of dark. So again, with 7 colors now, and we have 10 different patterns. And of course, we're always open to a creative pattern a designer might come up with, but we've got really almost hundreds of different options for you in flooring.
So I do have a question for you, Sally. Who's the Johnny Cash fan?
Say that again?
Who's the Johnny Cash fan? Walk the line.
Walk the line.
I'll answer this. My cat's name is Waylon.
Jennings, I love it.
You got to keep it fun, right?
Absolutely. How fun is that? Okay.
I love it. Sally, while you're talking, I will say we have a comment from Susan Gall at Gensler, and she's requesting that we get her 12 by 12 samples to keep for all of her libraries. So I think you have those on order for me. And when those come in, I'll make sure that we do drop those off social distance wise to Susan for her Austin and her Houston office.
You can frisbee them to her.
Yeah.
A day at the park.
I love that. I love that.
Great.
All right. Well, I think that concludes the cork portion. Sally, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to send you to the green room for now.
Okay.
We will bring Sally back at the wind down segment. So if you have any questions for her, just go ahead and type them in our comment section on FB. And or just wait till she comes back and we get those answered.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Sally.
Bye now.
Bye. Yes, please make any comments in the chat function if you're watching us live on Facebook, KipCo and CS Gulf Coast. We are sending Sally to our virtual green room, which I love.
Yes.
And we got another special. Sushi, you got any comments?
For what? I'm sorry?
For our next segment.
Oh, our next segment. Yay. Okay. So today mine is a little bit funny, but Kip has a really good one. So let's see. Let's go there now. Add to stream. Here.
Don't you love this? It's low production, high performance. Yeah, I'm putting on my
ways.
Yeah.
So today's
low production.
Today's takeout. Today's takeout is really just highlighting local businesses that maybe have taken a hit during quarantine, COVID, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. But we want to just highlight them so that you remember, put their name out there, and hopefully you guys will support them so we can keep each other alive during this whole thing. Kip, do you want to go ahead and tell us about yours?
I do. I want to talk about a special friend of mine, the Bearded Baker. And some of you guys may have known him. And there's a silver lining here and some words of encouragement. Alan with the Bearded Baker was laid off from the oil and gas industry in 2014 and was obsessed with the Food Network and decided to he liked cooking, he liked baking, and he just dove in 2016 making cookies. And look at some of these. They're fabulous.
They're incredible.
Incredible. The detail, his attention to detail are just simply beautiful. I will say in 2019, you may recognize Alan from the Bearded Baker. He was featured on the Food Network's Christmas Cookie Challenge. He was the pride of Houston. He didn't win, but I think he won the lottery because he's opening a new bakery soon. It looks like maybe October or November in the Heights here in Houston. So we'll all be able to go see it. I know. What a great silver lining. Let's get. Do you have another slide, Sushi, on the Bearded Baker?
Before we do that, can we talk about his logo? Is that a bearded whisk?
It's a bearded whisk. I think it's frosty. I love that.
And what a great story, y'all. I mean, like, you take a left turn, something bad happens to your career, you just take a left turn and create something else that's beautiful. Wow.
Right. We can all learn a little bit a lesson from there. I'm trying to pull up some things for you. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's at the Bearded Baker TX. I did find out the hard way. There's a lot of other bearded bakers out there, but if you follow him on Instagram, he's at the Bearded Baker TX for Texas, and look at those designs. He is opening in the Heights. One of our local architects, Sutherland Page Architects, did the design, so we're very happy. And KipCo and CS Gulf Coast is proud to have some products on there. So we'll have to wait for the grand opening. I told Alan that we had to be at the grand opening. Next slide, because this is some cookies he made for me for New Year's Day. You can see some of those. It's fantastic. This was the spread at the New Year's Day party, not New Year's Eve, but New Year's Day. Let's check the next slide. Do you have one more?
Well, can we talk about how we know they're Kips? Because I spy the little A over there, and
there's an Alabama A for my Crimson Tide. Yes, there's actually, he did a cookie with a painting of our house on it. I don't know if you can see it in there, but that was what we used. Those are the cookies we did. We call that the sugar bowl or the sugar bar, and the kids loved them. Everybody was taking cookies home, and I may have shellacked some of the house pictures just for posterity. But yes, check out the Bearded Baker Texas on Instagram. One quick other note, we are giving away a $25 gift card to the Bearded Baker Texas today if you get the number of sips of wine we get in totality. I've been keeping a tally over here, but let me show you some cookies he delivered today for us. She's starting to look. I put my glove on so I can touch them. Look at this. I just love this. One of the things that his goal was, can y'all see that? The Astros, look at the detail. One of the goals was that he wanted a sugar cookie that not only looked beautiful, but tastes great. And those are the comments that he gets. Check this out. Look at the detail of the skyline of Houston. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
I want to show you one more. This one's just pretty. So look at this. It's metallic.
Wow.
It's Houston, Texas, and it's metallic. But my favorite one in here, KipCo TV and metallic. Look at that. Look, watch.
Are they good?
They're so good.
So, Kip, do you know if they ship? Do they ship nationwide?
Yeah, we can ship. Bearded Texan can ship, deliver, and you can pick up.
Oh, so, fantastic.
I love it. I can eat all. I'm going to eat it. He always says you want a sugar cookie that you want to eat the second one or maybe the third. Well, this might be the third one of the day.
Oh, so you're telling me that there may have been some other designs in there, but we can't see them because you ate them all.
I know. I do want to bring up another design just because I'm so proud of it. Our winning champion soccer team. Whoop, do I have it backwards? There it is.
Well, you got it. Yay! Go
there
down.
it is. The dash. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that
really
great?
Really
and then he dropped off some because we do love our Astros. We do love our Texans. But look at the Rockets. Go Rockets in the playoffs right now. So I do love it. I love it. He's so much fun. And this may be my go-to cookie. Look at that.
I'm kind of in love with that cookie. I'm obsessed. Please save me 3.
Yes, I will. I'll put them in the freezer because they're lovely. Fresh out of the oven. And
I believe we have our first guess as to how many sips we've taken or that we're going to take today. And that's from Susan Gold. And her guess is 423.
Well, that's not how many sips we've had in the last week, Susan. Come on. Come on.
Today?
But we will be giving away a $25 gift card for the person that is the closest to the sip. I'm going to take a sip right now and toast the Bearded Baker.
Toast. Cheers.
What fun. What fun.
Yay. All right.
Look, I'm writing it down.
And I think my today's takeout, since I've been on the road, I really haven't been able to order anything. But I will tell you, one thing that I have used a lot over this road trip has been Propel Packets. They're basically little packets you buy in a little box, and it turns any water into electrolyte water. So it's great to have around if you're hiking, you're next to a pool. It gives it a little bit of flavor as well as giving it some electrolytes. It's fabulous. It tastes delicious. The grape is what I recommend.
Oh, wow. What a neat little trick. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And as a reminder, Sushi, where are you broadcasting from today?
I am broadcasting from Bluff Dwellings in Bluff, Utah. It is the most magnificent place on earth. It is by far just the most stunning. I'm going to take you for a walk here just to show you way around. I mean, we're talking about 180 degrees of there's my ring light.
Ring lights travel.
Just completely surrounded by these bluffs. It's phenomenal. And this is a mom and pop shop. This isn't a chain. And I'd love for us all to support them. It's pretty reasonable. It's about $200 a night. And I know, and you're in the setting, and it's like an adult playground. You can bring your kids too, but there's just so much to see, adventure. Just come to Bluff, Utah. I would highly recommend it.
I love that. I love that. And as a reminder, we had a few technical difficulties in our office, and so I'm broadcasting from the closet. So as a reminder, that might be a quiz question in the future of KipCo Studios closet.
Cheers. Hey guys, just a reminder, if you're in Utah, make sure you just bring your wine somewhere because
I think you said that.
Yeah. I think the nearest one is like 200 miles away. So.
Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I will remind everybody, if you'd like to sign up for our newsletter, it's our weekly newsletter called Mindful Connections. Our editor, Sushi's email is listed there. She's the producer, the editor,
reporter.
She monitors the green room. She's in the production truck running production. So I do like to give thanks to Sushi and hurry home from your vacation. All right. Sushi, what's next?
I'll be home. I'll be home this weekend. I promise. I promise. Barring another hurricane, I will be home.
All right. So what's next, Sushi? Sushi, I can't even talk.
Woo! Next thing is our favorite segment, I believe, which is our wind down segment.
What is that? All right. Super.
Let's go back here. Oh, yeah.
So my wine that I think you want our background picture. You're in the wrong spot. There you go.
See? What? Can you see it?
I can. Wind down.
Perfect.
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. And by the way, if you want to, all right, can you see the screen, Sushi?
Yes.
Okay. Oops. Did I mess up? There you go.
Like what happened to it?
I am drinking red today. I am drinking from Chapelet in Napa Valley, a Cabernet that I simply, I made a mess there.
Wow.
A few extra drips. But today I'm drinking a red from Chapelet. I would love for you to check out their label. It is so rich and so bold, and it goes great with sugar cookies from the Bearded Baker.
Does it? Who knew that would be such a pairing? So I'm drinking one of my favorites. Actually, we're going to bring Sally on because we're going to ask her what she's drinking as well. But I'm going to share with you, I am drinking a Famille Perrine. It's a Côte de Rhône from the Rhône Valley in France, which is my favorite. And this guy is like $11 at Wine Time. You get a case. You end up getting them for $10. I've never bought a case before in my life. Never. Just told me that.
I love that. I bought a case yesterday, so
always good to have some on hand, right?
Always. Sally, what are you drinking?
So I'm drinking a Pinot Grigio. I'm a red person in the winter and a light, refreshing white wine drinker in the summer. So a great Pinot Grigio out of Italy called Villa Sonia, and it is something I drink weekly, so I highly recommend it. It's very well tasted.
Well, you show.
We're best friends. We're best friends. Let's all toast, everyone.
Toast, yeah.
So I do want to thank Sally for joining us with Expanko. If you do have questions and you weren't able to chat with us today, please give us Sushi an email, Kip an email, and we'll hook you up with Sally with any technical questions or samples. We are ready to do a count. Let's see how many counts. Susan Gald has she guessed 24, and that was before the last 3. So I'm going to say Susan Gald guessed 27. I had to count again just to be sure. Do we have any guesses, guys? Those that have stayed with us during the session of KipCo TV broadcast, we do want to hear from you. Let us know how many sips we took today, and we will send you a $25 gift card to the Bearded Baker.
It's perfect for parties. You can send them to people you love or just hoard them. I mean, I don't know. Can you freeze sugar cookies?
Can you?
Do you want to?
No, I want to eat them all. I'm waiting for the broadcast to end so I can just grab a whole handful of cookies.
Jennifer has made a guess at 18.
Okay. All right. Well, we're getting close. Oh,
So-
wait, did that count? That one didn't count. Your last sip didn't count.
Okay, so just for good measure, just a couple of announcements. We do have yoga on Tuesdays at noon. We have now shortened it to 45 minutes. We noticed designers were jumping off about 12:50 because they had to get on a 1 o'clock call. So we now have it for 45 minutes. It starts at noon and it ends at 12:45. So come join us, even if it's just to take a break and breathe, listen to the really good music, or to laugh at Kip and I. I mean, we're doing the best we can, but we're by no means any yogis.
We do share the music file from the yoga session, so you can download the music and keep that with you.
Yep.
And I'm stalling a little bit because I do want to see everybody's guess. With that being said, if you want to sign up for Mindful Connections, we do have some new events coming up in the near future, and you'll want to pay attention to that. If you didn't get all your CEUs and would like a CEU, Sally does a fantastic IDCEC CEU that we would love to share with you on Cork, and hear a little bit more about Cork and how you can use it. So,
yes, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I have a count.
Okay.
I was waiting to see if there was any other count.
Let's wait for a minute for the count. You guys, we're here to entertain you guys. We're here to be a bright spot in your day, in your week. If there's something you'd like to see us do, that might open it up to, I don't know how open we want to make it, but if you have any ideas as to something that we could do to brighten up your day or something you'd like to see, let us know. We're here. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes to an hour every week, hopefully, if you like us.
or 52. Or 52
so far. So just let us know. Shoot us an email, text, whatever. You know how to get in touch with us. We're everywhere.
All right. Are you ready for the winning number of sips?
I think we're ready.
25.
Yay!
So Susan Gald is our winner. Thank you, Susan. I'll make sure that we deliver this with your 12 by 12 samples, Sally.
That would be great. I love to hear that.
And with that, we do have a little toast that we like to end the episode with. Wait, I got to grab it. Sushi, are you ready? Here it goes.
Ready.
Our toast every week that we end it with is
share the
love, share the laugh, share your drink. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay!
Oh my God, another great episode of KipCo TV. And here we go. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up, no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally.